Now with the recent overpriced headphone news, I'm here to provide a little perspective on what's really important. A battle of the bass no one asked for. Let's go. What's good with it? Back with another edition of Bang, budget and new gear reviews that help you get the best bang for your tech dollars. And today's video is brought to you by a comment that was left on these. These are the Skullcandy Crusher Evos. Recently, I just did the video on these $199 haptic feedback headphones that just really are next level. Let me go ahead and take them out the case. If you're a bass lover, then you need to know about these. These are the headphones with that bass slider. Let's see, a slider right here that you can just go from 0 to wow, what's going on? These are really, they're more of an experience. But one of the comments on that video asked me to compare them to a previous pair of headphones that I recently claimed to be my favorite Bluetooth headphones. These, the classic Sony XB950BTs. These were probably one of the most popular pair of headphones in the tech community. You get that quality Sony sound with that added bass feedback. Now, back in the day with these versus the original Skullcandy Crushers, I preferred these on, it wasn't even hands down, because I like that more natural sounding bass that you got from these versus that wild, crazy head shaking cans in the trunk feel that you would get with the old Skullcandy Crushers. But with these being so advanced, and you know, you're still getting that vibrating haptic feedback, but it definitely provides a better overall bass sound. I was like, yo, these are my favorite hands down. So when I was asked to compare them, I didn't think there would be much of a comparison because honestly, these have been sitting in a box. So I decided to go ahead and break them out. First, I want to say that I did have to replace the ear pads. The ones that I had were worn down. They were fading. The little specks of leather were coming off. I simply got these off of Amazon. Nice plush ear cups that I got for cheap. I'll leave a link to these down below. This is actually my second pair. The first pair I had, I sold off. Then when the homie JDL was selling his, I copped them from him. I was like, yo, I need these. You can't really buy these new because they're so old, but you can get them on eBay and other places for about $50. That's what I would pay for these right now. So I'm gonna connect these to my phone. We're gonna listen to some music. Then we're gonna listen to the same music on the Crusher Evos, and I'm gonna just give you my overall thoughts and opinions. Let's go. I'm gonna listen to a song that I've been loving right now. This is Quicksand by Moray. Just a really dope song. I love his energy. I love the vibe, the vocal. It's just one of my favorite songs recently. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, without the bass boost on, especially with a song like this, wow, that bass kick is pretty serious already. It sounds really good. You're getting that nice deep bass. It's not overdone. I would say the mids are a little recessed, especially with the highs. I wish they shined a little bit more. Maybe you could go into your EQ and fix that up if you really wanted to. These sound great, just normal out of the box. Just they have a lot of emphasis on that bass, especially for a song like this, especially for hip hop. Anything with a nice kick, with a nice drum, you're going to get that bass response right out of the box. Let's go ahead and hit the bass boost. Let's go ahead and kick that up. Woo! Okay, yeah, man. These, you add that bass to it, and it just really, man, it doesn't distort it at all. It doesn't make it sound unnatural. It just really goes from, I would say, about an 8.7 to an 11 on the bass scale. It's like, yo, but there's not a feedback, there's not a rumble, there's not any type of head shaking. It's just nice, solid bass that really accentuates the song, especially if it's something with hip hop. Let me try something else. CJ Whoopty. I want to try this song. Woo! Okay, yeah, man. Something like this that trap drill style. Wow. Okay, hold on one second. One more track. One of my favorites lately, Night Rider by Tom Mitch and Yusef Days, featuring Freddie Gibbs. Let's see what this hits like. This is a more chill song, okay? Okay, a song like this where this is more about the bass line than specifically the bass drum, that deep bass kick. This is where it gets muddy with that bass response on. Let me turn that off. Yeah, now this sounds much better with that bass boost off. Now I'm getting the vocals to come in cleanly. That bass line that it seems to be pretty much riding the song fits more into the groove instead of being overly pronounced and kind of muddy, drowning out the rest of the frequencies. You just have to pay attention to the song and if it really needs that extra bass boost to take it to the next level. Maybe you just want to have some more fun. Maybe you just want that extra kick in a song that doesn't have it. That's what I would use this for. I wish these had more emphasis in the mids and the highs to really make that bass boost more worthwhile, more efficient. So let's go ahead and switch to the Skullcandy Crusher Evos. So now we have the Skullcandy Crusher Evos on. I definitely can tell the difference in the ear pads. Now these are still really good, but the ones that I have on here are some aftermarket third-party ear pads that are just more cushy and they feel really plush. Let's go back to the same 3 songs and I'm gonna start that slider at 0 and we're gonna hear how it sounds naturally. Checking out this Quicksand by Maury. All right, so with that bass slider off, the natural bass response on this is way less than that of the Sonys. The natural bass of this, it just seems like it's a part of the song. These sound like some other headphones boosted bass at its natural state. So this one is definitely way more of an emphasis on the mids and the highs. I'm using YouTube Music, so these aren't the highest quality of audio files. But then again, if you were looking for an audio file experience, I don't think you would go with either pair of these headphones. So that's just my personal experience. Let's go back to the song. I want to turn that bass slider up. Woo! And it's only at about 10%. Okay, let me go to 50%. Woo! Man, let's do it. Let's go to 100. Woo! Yeah. All right, so if you see my review of the Skullcandy Crusher Evos, I'm not going to do the whole thing again, but like I said, if you check this slider right here, look where I have that slider. Maybe I want to say 10%. For me, I think most songs, that is your sweet spot because you're adding that bass in and you're getting that rumble, that haptic feedback, but it feels more natural. It feels like, yo, you just have some speakers that are banging. That's what it sounds like. When you take it up to the higher levels, it still sounds really good. You don't get that same rumble that you would get on past versions of this headphone, but it can be a little fatiguing over extended periods of time. But with songs like this, the songs that are really fun, that, you know, that bass is only going to add to it, man, you can't go wrong. I'm not mad at it at all. And I think these add to the actual bass sounds of like a bass guitar, bass melody a lot better than the Sonys did. Also, with these, you have that built-in EQ. You have an app. I didn't use it today, but they have an app on here where you could go in and do that audio tuning directly to your ears. And I actually think, man, it makes these sound that much better. Like they go from sounding really good to like really damn good. I don't know, man. I'm really impressed with the Skullcandy Crusher Evos. Now we gotta talk about which one is better. Obviously, overall better sounding is the Skullcandy Crusher Evos. Is not really close, but I still like the sound of the Sonys, especially if you can get them used for $50, a really good pair. Might be something to pick up, maybe just to add to your collection. Picking these up used for about $50, that might be a win. But in the end, the win goes to the Skullcandy Crusher Evos. You can't even pick these up new, but you can pick these up new for $200 if you're not into noise canceling, if you don't need something with ambient sound, you're not looking for audiophile quality audio. which these do have really good audio, but it's never gonna be classified as audiophile. You just want something fun, exciting. That bass slider is an experience all to itself. These are pretty good. I'm not gonna do a second review on them. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'm gonna get up out of here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and never forget to holla at your boy.